女が武器を抜いて近づいてきたら衛兵は緊張するだろうな。女が武器を抜いて近づいてきたら衛兵は緊張するだろうな。OK ですかね。OK ですかね。OK、そうです。というわけで、全部、真っ赤に燃えちゃう。はい。皆様おはようございます。今ぞ、支配人、乗る、嫌です。というわけで、本日もフォールアウトニューベガス。始めていきましょうかね。というわけで、私を呼びつけるとは生意気ね。いよいよ、モービウスさんのところに、乗り込む感じですね。最終決戦になりますかね。そこまで行かないといけませんか。解任256面相。約束できますか？
Ready, steady, fighting.
違いますよね。こんな場所が墓場になるとは。早々に、サソリはいます
That
か？
all?
こいつを祈ってるんですね。熱そうですが割と平気ですか？何よ。あんたなんか、いなくたって寂しくないんだからね。わこつかけるさん。いらっしゃいませ、ですね。いらっしゃい。ゆっくりしていってね。ゲーム、が好きな一人が来場しました。果たして、今日中に入れるのかどうかですか？ノーステリスのネクロキャットハマーいいかな。これで、ぐるっと回る感じですか？だいぶ、遠回りしましたか？そうですね。そもそもこっちに道があること、気づいてなかったですか？いや、ないよ。ちゃんとありますね。修理キットを使っておいて、行きましょうか。お、カモだ。ゲーム、が好きな一人が来場しました。強力のロゴスコーピオンですか？怖いですね。いらっしゃい。ゆっくりしていってね。あら、 都合のいいことを言うのね。隠れて近づけば。あんちゃん、無力ができますかね。遠くても所詮はロボットですかんね。忍者スタイルで行きますか。遠くから見えない一撃、これ快感。3個入ってますか。いけるものですね。勝利こそ、この身が抱えし、宿命よ。
Sneaking done. Fighting now.
つかないですか。そこら辺まで対応する、なんですね。見事なり、すごいですね。と言っても僕に対して強くもないですか。
That's all.
派手に行きますね。
You're my best friend forever.
いいですね。マイクは私のものだ。完全に消し、食べましたか。びっくりですね。持っててよかった。神はいないのですか。自由ですかね。のこのこ、警棒がたくさんですね。ブルー、パレスにいたのか？壮観だろうな。いるのは気取り屋ばかりでも。警察に憧れてもいたんですかね。死ねば痛みもなくなるぞ。なかなか暗い、馬力と思ってます。ご飯の家まで来てますね。これがあれですか。ずいぶん小さくなりましたね。貴様ー。変わらないですか。何なんだ？ドラゴン？ これ、停止は、できたんですね。なかったですかね。油断は禁物だ。せっかく、飲むのならちょっと、取っておきたいところでしたか。そういうわけでもないですからね。核レーザー、何ですか。真のノルドはのかない。怖いですね。どうなってしまうんでしょう。出直してくる。勝手に動き出してしまうのか。停止してしまうのか、ですね。止められたら裏の方で2つを、順番に起動してたのですか。鮮やかに、仕留める俺は、芸術家。なかなか大忙し、ですね。ショカコーラ、たくさんですか。美味しいですね。何よ。あんたなんか、いなくたって寂しくないんだからね。すごいですね。音波発生器は、行く、だったんですね。俺、使ってきてましたか。怖いですね。おや、眠そうな顔だね。悲しいものですね。気晴らし、ですか。恐れたまえよ。
We're all lit up. Is it
音が入っ
Christmas?
てきた方向ですか。順番に来ないと、どこがどこだか、忘れません。開けろ、デトロイト1系だ、割と、忘れそうですか。こんな場所にもカメラがありますね。あらあら、低迷の奮起話でそんなおねだりするの？うふふ。今回は特別よ。誰とも、出会ったんですね。これですか。ここら辺、壊せば。 もしかしたらと思ったのかもしれないですか。お前と甘い言葉のことを、聞いた。どうなんでしょうね。そうすると動いてくれますか？どこでもお掃除引き受けます。愛猫清掃。ほんといろんな攻略法ありますね。面白いですね。
We're all lit up. Is it Christmas?
転がってますか？これですか？さすがに、VERY、HARD になってくると、大変です。おいおい、魔法には気を、つけろ。おかしいですね。行きましたか？殻に気をつけろ、旅の人。大捜査、送りました。
Starting combat. Just kidding.
大変ですね。絶好の戦士日和だな。気まぐれ三毛猫セット、本日分は完売しました。喫茶、白猫亭。白いかと思ったら、腕、貝は、品でしたか。まだあるんですね。すごいですね。大自然の中で楽しむ、そう猫有料会、会員募集中。トイトイの種類ぐらいあるんでしょうね。フェザーですか？置いときましょうか。だいたいこれで全部ですか？広々してますね。褒めてあげるわ。私の可愛い小さなお人形さん。のこのこ。パスワードの管理がずさんですね。動いてますか？ 海の中、敵を仕留める。それが、スタイル。びっくりですね。とりあえず、ちょっと応援してきましょうか。ボスが倒しましたが、向こうとそのまま同じですね。遠くから見えない一撃、これ快感。一人で大忙しですか。もらっていきましょうか。星好きなんですね。この花の冠はお母さんに編んでもらったの。いいですね。フレンチ、いいですか？旅は楽しい？うまい飯、どういう効果か、わからないですか？
Don't you like me anymore?
宇宙服みたいですね。俺が、やつ以外のものに負けるだと？インポート、カリスマ、終わ
Have
り
you
ます
ever
か？
wanted to be invisible? We're okay on Stimpaks. We're okay on medics
タンクありますか？
until we have to numb the pain.
なかなか、危ないところでしたか。こんな国二度と来るか。何のことで、これ読んでないですか？予約でしたか？なんで岩手は。お話ししましょうかね。気をつけろ。
Hello there. You are there, aren't you? Forgive my confusion. So hard to tell these days. You seem familiar somehow. I'm guessing you're here for your brain, perhaps? It's just up there. Such a nice brain, young, very bright. A little hard to see you. Can you walk into my left, right FOV coon? Ah, that's it. You're coming into focus
だい
nicely.
ぶ、ボロボロになっちゃってますか？
Depth perception is a problem with this old monitor of mine. Went black a while ago. That's old age for you. Should look at getting the visual nerves reattached. It's just that the right eye would see the wrong things. The flying tortoises were the worst.
交渉できるなんて思うのよ。あの嫌な天使とは違う。
I love mentats. Delicious and smarty. I have all sorts of amazingly science-erific thoughts and ideas when those chalky tablets are zipping through my biogel. I forget them all not long after, though, especially with the data constipating my memory core. Afraid binary streams might shoot out my
そんな
chassis.
願いでいいんだ。
Had to start using the dome floor and walls here to inscribe equations, although I've somewhat lost track of where they start and
大変です
end.
ね。
Really? That implies preconceived notions, theories, and a hypothesis about this meeting? Please extrapolate. What was I supposed to be like? After all, it might be worth a cognitive realignment
お
if your
薬、決まってい
theoretical
る間
Nubius
は、
is
ああいう
better
感じ
than
にな
I.
っちゃいますかね。
Oh, a variety of raisins. You're something of a homily. The anomaly? You're really quite special, and not in the cranially challenged way. You see, you are the most successful brain extraction experiment ever performed here at Big
情報
Mountain.
団、万
A
歳。
victim of your own success, as it were. If you were to go back with what your brain knows about the procedure, well, your brain could be popped back in and you could walk right out of here. Can't have brains moving around of their own volition. Oh, curiosity. I experienced that less now that I know everything. Oh, maybe it was when I found out some unpleasant answers. Hmm.
リペア、欲しいですか？
Oh, I was probably tripping hard on Psycho when I sent that. Had to work myself up to it. Not usually violent, except when I am. Then, watch out! So many chems, such varieties. Whenever I take Mentats, I can feel my entire chassis breathe like a big spherical lung. As for the Psycho, sometimes get the chem dispositories in my tank all switched up. Go in the wrong tube. Still, served its purpose. I find things curious as... Well, every scientist needs an army. Mine came to me after these rather large scorpions kept coming in from the desert, like poisonous frosting. How scary, I thought. But they had survived when nothing else had. Perfect candidates for improvement as a reward for their tenacity. Then I thought, what if they shot energy bolts and acted as walking eyes and data-drained computers and acted as bullhorns? Then I made them bigger. Then I thought about custard. I do so love custard. Or was it mustard? Mustard custard. I miss sugars and salts.
先立つ不幸をお許しください。
Did I? Maybe I did. Can't have them leaving. Some reason for it. Ethics or, con-science? You and your brain are quite alike. I'm sure it knows the raisins better than I do.
この辺の錠前を一つでもいじれば厄介なことになるぞ。
This name's as real as you or I. Although I believe your brain expressed similar incredulity at the nature of such an appellation. Someone's been watching too many old-world science fiction movies, it said. I believe it meant me. I must admit I have a vulnerability for holotape fantasies
無愛
of
クラスカイ
planets
リム
and
の人々
robots and
が
all
好
that
きだ。
is
彼らの話題は
forbidden.
興味深いもの
As for the
が
name
多
I
い。
was born with, like the think tank, we were all reprogrammed to forget them, take on new names. It enforces the recursion loop in our perception programming.
モービウスとはどういう意味なんでしょうね。この子、不思議の状態ですね。下週目。というわけで。来ちゃった。来ちゃった。OK ですね。愛猫清掃は今日もどこかで
Now,
お掃除
crap
中。
is a rather harsh word, like excrement. Not an inappropriate word, but still rather harsh. But yes, I did take some liberties with their programming. It's all right, they don't remember. I certainly didn't until you said trap, and then I said excrement, and then...
何もしちゃいない。
The radar fence to keep the think tank hemmed in wasn't really enough. They keep testing things. They would have found a way to disarm it.
って言ったら
I
困りますか
suspect I
ね。
have plan C's in place, but I may have coded myself to forget them, just in case. Probably very dangerous, lethal, or worse. So I had to do something else to keep them occupied here. Or as you like to say, trapped. I prefer to have several plan B's in case the A's fail.
がちゃんとありますか？そうなってるんですね。
Oh, you figured it out. No pun intended. Dr. O, which is actually not his real name multiplied, since you can't multiply his real name in the first place. Ouroboros, Klein, they have all forgotten themselves. And not only themselves, but the world, sense of time and history. All that is left is what's here. I reprogrammed their chronometers, geometers, and cartography programs. This is now their world, here, Big Mountain. It was a merciful lobotomy, really, thinking back. They were my friends, but sometimes they would take things too far. And the world isn't ready for that kind of too-far thing-taking. That's my professional opinion, anyway. And I am told I was once quite professional.
世界に解き放ったら、どうなっていたんでしょうね。図があるとは思うなよ。
Really? It is so unlike me to make an error in anything I do.
ミスありましたか？
Well, it's simple. Despite their many failings, they are rather bright. They are the think tank for a reason. That I didn't change. Without something to distract them, make them afraid, they would simply deduce what had happened. And when they start deucing it up, then you came along, the final variable solved. They saw that their world was larger than they perceived. Bacteria, finally able to see its host.
ついていっていい？
There have been other visitors to make them doubt their perceptions, but you are the one who dialed back their monitor micro-magnifiers. You were irrefutable proof that there was a world outside. And then there was the whole brain fiasco, which forced me to take steps. See, your brain had a special kind of wrinkle, a uniquity that they had never thought to try in all their countless escape attempts.
特別でしたか?
Yes, very
そちらの仕
good.
事だったの
I
かも
should
しれ
have
ない
meant
で
that
すね。
suggest you instead of the other way around.
大佐、また一人死にました。
In any event, you showed up at the think tank, and because you had suffered a cranial injury in just the right place, bullets in the head are usually much more fatal, and yours was a light case of bullet headitis. But it was enough for the auto-dock in the sink to change its programming to fix the problem, and the brain extraction technology for once worked. That gave the think tank the knowledge its brains couldn't possess. With that knowledge, the procedure can be reversed. If they obtain that procedural data, they can use it to mush and modify their cranial cells into hosts to slip past the radar fence. I'm sure of it. And once they're off the reservation...
神らの血で誘うものだ。
I consider coincidence to be profanity, along with the words astrology, herbal tea, and luck. So watch it, potty mouth. My threat broadcast is designed to instill and install fear. And along with the emotional download, other data rides the fear carrier wave. It prompted them to focus on retrieving those technologies and bring them to attack me. And coincidentally, pardon my language, all those technologies are needed to put a brain, your brain, back into its skull properly.
ついてこれるか?
Oh, that means my plan is a total failure. That is unfortunate. Oh well, at least I tried. The X2 antenna can be used to focus your alpha wave frequency thought patterns. The sneaky suit? Why, it houses a cardiac regulator. And the sonic soundwave projecto emitter was never intended as a weapon. It was a medicinal vertebrae pulse desensitizer. In short, brains, a heart, and courage. Spine. I think there was a story once where a band of murderous thugs sought these things. They had them all the time in the story. Didn't stop them from murdering to get them. And it won't stop the think tank either. Yes, my overly aggressive cammed-up broadcast was designed to keep reinforcing the forget, fear, rinse, and repeat program. Oh, and the get me the things to castrate your only possible escape attempt. But I couldn't delete you or your arrival any more than I could the other visitors. Only so much science can do when you started talking to them. You're really quite difficult to ignore, you know. It's because you're, well, Rather intriguing, if you'll forgive an old brain for saying so.
を読んでいますか？なんだ、弱いじゃない。修理の方法は、ブーストすれば多分足りるでしょ。どれでした？ムアイクは先日マッドクラブを見た。おぞましい生き物だ。
I'm having the most peculiar feeling of déjà vu right now. That's French for...
バーチャルYouTuberが好きな一人が来場しました。いらっしゃいませ。いらっしゃいね。ゆっくりしていってね。この俺の専門分野、グロテスク。
The ghosts aren't real? That changes everything. Why, I can save my computing power for other perceptual impossibilities. Please be my guest. The receptor is there. And the side-switching wobbly bob, just turn that. Good, good, better. Oh, yes, that feels wonderful.
治りましたか？やばい
This
な
is
先
even
だ
better
な。
than my afternoon mentats break.
特にこれ以上は、ないですか？
There have been other visitors to...
待ちに待った給料日。
Yes, very good. I should have mentats in just you instead of the other way around. In any event, bullets in the head...
まあ、特に変わりもないですね。
Not much, except they contaminated Big Mountain and installed new ideas in the think tank. One caused a great deal of infrastructure damage with his brain and smartiness. Ruthless, that one. Played a little rough with the trains.
すごいですね。
But the last one was the most dangerous. Him, slipping away. That was almost as bad as the think tank escaping. The first one, the ruthless one who smashed up our toy trains, asked for weapons, power, items he could use to destroy a nation with force.
王へのある方ですかね。あは
The
は、
other
バ
asked
カ
a
ね。
different
私なしで
question,
生きていく
and
の？
with it got the true answer about what makes nations and what breaks them. He spoke to the think tank to climb, showed them the flag of the old world, and it made them remember all of it. All that had happened. They shared things with him that they shouldn't. He now carries those ideas, that knowledge
多くの
elsewhere.
鎧か？かつて1揃い持っていた。見かけは悪いが、鍛造者と同じく剣道が
I
運んでい
certainly
たんです
wouldn't
ね。
loop it on purpose. I am far too sophisticated to make such a childish error. Yes, this is getting interesting. You are just filled with these little slices of curiosity, aren't you?
医者を呼べ。流血患者だ。ゲットするしかないです。 ンクが開いてないんですよね。乗り越えますかね。日が経ちて、燃え広がるぞ、我が、装備。なかなか、ごちゃごちゃしてます。のこのこ、ぬかコーラがお好きですか？いいですね。お腹いっぱいの蜂蜜酒よりも、もっと温かくて幸せになるぞ。こんな場所にもカメラですね。タイタンフォール、スタンバイ。
I bet no one has ever been as unnoticed as me.
コンバットアーマーは重いので、いらないですかね。ナンバー付きですか？嘘だー。紺色の入ってるものですね。ほんとたくさんです。スカイリムに博士手帳がたくさんいた。今はそれほどいない。結構最後が落ちてますね。こんな結末があるとは。呉服、せっかくなのでもらっていきましょうね。すごいことになってますね。山盛りですか？やめてよ。気持ち悪い。
Electrons attached to the neutron. The neutrons attached to the meson. Mesons connected to the proton.
ここなら置いておきますか。使い放題ですかね。決闘か、望むところだ、かかってこい。大体そんな感じですかね。入信者か。私の名をけなめないよう励むがいい。
I'm having them. Oh, intriguing. I've never been killed before. Although, after that time I got that phlegmy discharge in my biogel, I wished I had been. Well, if there's going to be killing, I defer to your expertise in this matter. How should we begin? Engineering viruses, canceratic beams, atomics, electrocutioning? Or should I summon my minions? Yes, my minions. Whoa, have they not constructed themselves yet? That's a bit premature of me. The Robo-Scorpions, of course. They can assemble themselves from floor panels and parts scattered about. Quite inventive. Never really know when they might suddenly appear. Minions, destroy this intruder! Or perhaps make it more dramatic. Minions, to me!
一度しか頼まんぞ。セクシーな筋の気を聞こせ。
This will stop the pain. This will only sting for a second.
なかなか、たくさんいますね。
Take this, it will help.
満足させる方法ですか。
Two boys and girls take their medics.
I'm running out of floor space for my calculations.
This will stop the pain.
殺人タイムだ。
Take this, it will help.
何かありますか？
I hope it doesn't hurt too bad. You don't have any medics.
We have a relationship. You have nothing in common.
立ち上がれ、魂震わせ、いざ参る。
This one looks pretty tough.
次戦うしかないですか？何ですか？バーガー、ルナキャット彗星視点、火事により撤退。
Oh well, now I have this adrenaline rush that's going to make me loopy all day.
Cessation of hostilities complete.
本来の品物です。
This one looks pretty tough.
ダメですか？貴様には一銭にもやらん。
That's all.
破壊はできなかったですかね。ようこそ、管理人の夢に。出てきましたか。
Well, well, look who finally dragged themselves in out of the wasteland. And where have we been, Crawling through pits of radioactive muck again?
食べてますね。やめてよ。気持ち悪い。
Ah, well, as to that, you'd be surprised how hard a feminine-sounding voice modulator is to find in the Forbidden Zone. It's not as though brain-sustaining life support tanks grow on trees. I had to take what I could get. Ah, lovely. Figured that out, have we? Would you like a cookie?
そんなバカな。
After the think tank extracted me from your skull, they fell to bickering amongst themselves. I'm sad to say we were quite forgotten about. Dr. Mobius saw an opportunity to gain some leverage and had me spirited away to his dome. I don't know. I'm afraid the trauma of our separation rendered me quite insensate. I didn't come around until I was safely ensconced in this tank. I'm quite sure whatever he did was highly scientific, though. Hardly. Dr. Mobius keeps a close optical sensor on the goings-on at the think tank. As soon as he saw the opportunity, he took it. Well, as long as your curiosity is satisfied. The meat has... Barring the unlikely event that I evolve some sort of rocket-propelled locomotion, I will be here. The meat has... Yes, well, believe me, the opposite is equally true. Good Lord, have you bathed at all since they pulled me out of you?
ゴミの噴気はで、お仕置きよ。
Well, I see sarcasm hasn't eluded you. Fine, perhaps now isn't the best time, but it's the principle of the thing. Well, that's a fine how do you do. Me, a, quote, dick, unquote. As if I'm the one responsible for the way you carry on gadding about the wastes. I'm not the one that makes us clamber around Technus-infested ancient vaults or go charging off to New Vegas on missions of ill-conceived revenge. And have we forgotten who got us shot in the head and buried in a shallow grave? Do you think I enjoyed that little moment? Fun? Fun? Is tetanus fun? Is rickets? What about sepsis? Enjoy that, do we? The things you do with our body are suicidally dangerous, and if you could silence your glandular impulses, you would hear me screaming at you! I'm not going to lie to you. The prospect is definitely not that appealing. Look at it from my perspective. Here I have peace, quiet, and safety. Well, barring the odd rogue scorpion. In your head, I've got poison, radiation, grisly injuries, and biological functions. Do you know how much more you can get done when you're not constantly looking for places to urinate? It's quite a lot, I can tell you. All motivated by nothing but an imbalance in certain brain chemicals. The tank corrects for that. I feel no urge toward antisocial behavior. I suppose you're right. That does call certain assumptions into question, doesn't it? Indeed, quite the conundrum. How do you suppose we resolve it? I suppose there might be some advantage to that, yes. There's a chance that the reintegration would create some improved synergy between us.
お姉様ー。いらっしゃいませですね。いらっしゃい。ゆっくりしていってね。その鎧は巣の匂いがするぞ。墓泥棒でもしてたのか？
Unfortunately, before we get to that stage of the proceedings, we have a problem. Even if I could settle myself back in your skull and reconnect all those pesky nerve endings, Dr. Mobius doesn't have the tools here. We would have to make use of Dr. Klein's lab, and I rather doubt the brains are inclined to share.
死をもって、知るは身の、愚かさよ。じゃあ、女子、お待ちですね。次枠行くよ。一旦お疲れ様。ギリギリ間に合いましたか？いよいよ最終回になりそうですね。ドーンガードを改変しているらしいね。リフテンの近くの古い砦で、入隊しようかな。果たして、おとなしく戻してくれるかどうかですか？やった。おとなしく戻してくれるかどうかですか？やった。OK、ですね。
Oh, lovely. We've reached the mindless violence portion of the program. Tell me, what exactly are you, and I use the word loosely, planning?
引き返したまえ。たくさんありますね。ブインソン、ダイナミクスは感心するでしょう。
Miss that lovely rat-a-tat boom a bit. It's just not the same without a body to feel the recoil. What's the next step then?
相性ぴったりですね。
Right! Look out, think tank! This brain is coming out of its jar! I suppose now that we're reunited, you'll want to fill your torso up with those other meaty parts the think tank took from us. Personally, I think your upgrades are quite a bit better. But now that I'm with you, the Sync's autodock can plug them back in no problem. Right then, off we go. Klein will be in for a nasty shock when he realizes the pacification field won't work on a mind and body reunited.
ふーむ。鎧がなかなか似合っているな。鉄は地味だが、戦いで攻撃を防ぐには、十分だ。なんだかんだで対決することになっちゃいそうですね。この道を整備しときましょうか。ではでは、他の点じゃ手に入らない金品を、見ていってくれ。帰りましょ。管理。見たかったですね。予想以上に高かったですね。和骨。いらっしゃいませ、ですね。いらっしゃい。ゆっくりしていってね。当ててやろうか？誰かにスイートロールを盗まれたかな？そばに直接はいけないですか？今乗りましたね。 戻ってきたか。案外骨のあるやつだな。オートデックのあれがないと戻せないですか。ちょっと先に行ってきましょうかね。鬼、ちょっとないのは寂しいですか。極限の生死を奉公意、目覚めの時。なかなか、ボロボロですね。ここですか。それほど悪くない。バイト、来てなかったですか。怖いですね。メディック。いろいろ出ますね。博士さんでしたか。何時油断することなかれ。地竹、博士の本です。もう、8枚ですか。貴様、覚えていろ。関係のないですか。安定のメンタルですね。さすがですね。覚悟しろ。地獄の底へ、突き落とす。忌々しいストームクロークの反乱軍め。クソですか。皆殺しにしろ、神様も、許してくださる。後輩ですね。あらあら、心配しないでも、私は平気よ。 態のまま、動いてますか？すごいですね。あら、都合のいいことを言うのね。上ですか？大声、怒らないものですね。触るな、盗賊め。修理キット、セットですね。いいですね。テレスコ。医者を呼べー、流血患者だー。ありましたね。光の反射で地味にわかりづらいですか？自転車用のお部屋ですか？どうせすぐ忘れられるなだ。
We haven't seen anybody in a while. Maybe the monsters have stealth suits too.
6ありますか？まあ、いけない子猫ちゃん。
Not going to make it through this. Hope someone finds this message. Gets it to the Brotherhood in the West. Tracked a rogue Brotherhood elder, Elijah, here to the big empty. Place is more than it seems. There's a crater hidden deep inside. Junkyard of pre-war labs scattered across the crater's surface. All still running. Like this one. Elijah's dissecting these centers, one by one. Tracked him to an old Chinese-American internment camp. Survivors, ghouls, have bomb collars. Robots moved in when I tried to intercept him. Elijah sent the camp ghouls against us both, like walking bombs. Got hit by the explosions, woke up here. Guess the medical robots were programmed to bring wounded victims from the camp to this center. Some kind of autodoc prototype lab, manned by corpses trapped inside suits that keep them moving. No idea why. Not sure how long I'm going to last. Cut open my head like a lot of the humans I've seen here. Feel strange. Can talk, but can't hack the term. Wait, an explosion outside. Someone's here. Someone...
そんな願いでいいんだ。ロボットナイトと同じ感じになっていっちゃってますか？僕、こっちもあれですかね。列車で派手に遊んでますか？お父上へ。もうバスに乗りましたか？ まさかの、気づいてないですか？私を選んだのは正解よ。たっぷり可愛がってあげるわ、子猫ちゃん。上に波動やって入りましたかね。せっかくなら集めちゃいたいですよね。引き返したまえ。こんな場所にありましたか。超旅の一晩のオアシス、宿屋、から猫の巣、まだまだたくさんあるものですね。とりあえず、帰りましょうか。ちゃんと見ては引かれてるんですよね。引き返したまえ、いいですね。
Sleeping done. Fighting now.
ゆっくりです。ああ、交番だ。素晴らしい鎧の選択だ。とどこからともなく、吐き出します。怖いですね。解任32面相。どっから何でしょうね。一度しか頼まんぞ。セクシーな新巻きを着てて。OK です。見たいゲームとかあったら言ってね。答えられるかわからないけど。いろいろしてますか？忠告するぞ。その鎧は実戦では大した防護になるまい。入り口はどこでしたかね？
Do you like me? That's all.
白い、終わりに入り口、結構、少ないですよね。天使の血でお腹を満たすの。
Did you know that communists have an organ behind their eyes that converts
Was that all?
into fresh? Or, wait, is that penguins?
Well, how about that? Old Autodot's back online.
動きましたね。
Well, alright, come here, let's have a look at you. You are, without a doubt, the healthiest son of a bitch I've ever seen wandering the big empty. Ain't got no use for an old digital sawbones like me.
読んだ？
Well, firstly, I would say providing wholeness of the body is service enough, but if you must know, I'm also programmed with cosmetical subroutines. Diagnostic says they're offline at the moment, though. Something about corrupted data files and all manner of such foolishness. If you want a haircut or a nose job that won't leave you looking like a ghoul with alopecia, you'll have to find replacement discs for them. Also, and I won't swear to this, but I recollect at some point having a few implant installation modules. Can't speak to where they got to, though. Concerned about the state of your mind, are you? Well, such things ain't my specialty, but I'm happy to tender my opinion as to your mental health. I should make you aware that the benefits of such a procedure are exclusive. That is, this only works once. Now, are you sure this is what you want? Well, I'll be right here if you...
戦場跡地もきれいにします。愛猫清掃。コンテって何でしょう？
You require some addition... Concerned about the state of your mind, are you? I should make you aware that... Alright, just try to relax. This won't hurt, unless your sense of self is especially vulnerable.
.そこは変えられるんですね。不測の事態に備えろ。時間の問題だ。まだいいですか
You require some addition...
一応、メガネ、つけてるので、そっちを取るのもありたい場合ですかね。バカにしてくれたじゃないか。インプラントもできます。メガネ。モーゼスさんのあれですね。いろいろインストールできるんですね。皆殺しにしろ、神様も、許してくださる。どう違うんでしょうね。実体3波見えて。極限の、生死を方向へ、目覚めの、時。
You require some additional...
得アイテムは C ですか。猫は今日も灰色の道を、かける、はい猫運送。美味しいですね。だいぶ、筋力、上がってますか？タロンシャだー。すごいですね。
You require some addition.
口臭の除去は、できないですか？分解してみたくならないか？できますね。すごいですね。まあ、とりあえず。中国を入れて。何なんだ？ドラゴン？会いに行かないといけないですか？何歳ですか
？Baby. Feels good to be online again. Yeah, all circuits online. Ready to receive your seed. It's the miracle of life, baby. You bring me some examples, and I'll work my mojo on them. Clone you up all kinds of plans. Oh, yeah. I can also break them down for you, if you're into the kinky stuff. Bring me any old plant parts, and I'll grind them up into salient cream for you. Yeah, you like that, don't you, baby? You know it, baby. I just need some samples and I got you going. Take a few days, but trust me, it's all kinds of good. Just the miracle of life in sticky, gooey liquid form, baby. Heat that gunk up over a campfire and just watch it congeal into all kinds of plants. I love it when you talk like that. Let me just get that interface up and running for you.
解任32面相。意外とできちゃいますか？いろいろと思ってたんですね。まあ、とりあえず。会いに行きますか？世の中には、おかしな奴がいるものだ。取ったものは特にないですか？別にあんたが帰ってくるのを、待ってたんじゃないからね。待ち構えているんです。
The lobotomite returns.
Lobotomite.
Has Dr. Mobius been denominated into scrap metal and voice module parts, as we hoped? A fight? I've never been in a fight. What do I... Colleagues! Think tank! Alert! Alert! We are under attack!
Time to fight.
かわいいですね。
Think tank! Form of tactic triangle!
特にお話は、できないですか？何も起こらないですか？破壊魔法は構わないが、建物を焼き払うの早めてくれよ。どうせならみんなで仲良くできれば、よかったんですがね。お秩序へ。何年ですか？残念ですね。多くの鎧か？かつて1揃え持っていた。見かけは悪いが、鍛造者と同じく堅牢だ。テレビ入ってますか？さすがですね。人々との出会いですか？皆殺しにしろ、裁きは神に任せりゃいい。大体そんな感じですか？道宗教。見てるだけ出たら、本日終了ですかね。多分、こっちもこっちでエンディングは流れるんですからね。よう、生きてたか。どんな感じになるんでしょうね。
As it had been in the years before the Great War, Big Mountain, the Big Empty, became home to one of the most powerful minds of the 23rd century. The courier who had been brought to the Big Empty became its new overlord, using its facilities ruthlessly and decisively when needed. Sometimes, science is more than a quest for discovery. It is a weapon to be used in the service of one with the strength to understand it.
The courier had scoured much of the Big Empty, although secrets still remained in the crater's depths. Perhaps that was for the best, however. Curiosity, while sometimes rewarded for its efforts, often proves to be equally dangerous.
The Forbidden Zone continued to be, true to its name, forbidden. No more robo-scorpions were sighted in its canyons. Big Mountain became even emptier, devoid of Dr. Mobius's proclamations forecasting the destruction of anything that dared possess sentience. Still, it is said he lived on in the equations inscribed on the floor and walls of the Forbidden Zone dome. But these equations were nothing more than thin white traceries of lines, not unlike cobwebs in the corners of a failing mind.
The sink atop the dome bustled with the voices of a small town, constantly chirping, arguing, and snarling at each other. Still, this all happened productively in the interests of its new owner. The Sync Central Intelligence Unit discovered, despite its inversion code, it was comforted by the sense of community the other personalities gave it.
The biological research station, obsessed with seeding everything in sight, requested a transfer to the X-22 Botanical Garden, so that it might, in its own words, sensually fertilize the garden's smooth contours. The garden sent back a polite refusal, saying it had prior commitments with a vault that it helped infect before the war.
The book chute continued to devour all seditious materials until it nearly choked on a paperclip. It adamantly maintained it was a Chinese paperclip, and the whole thing had been an elaborately orchestrated assassination attempt. Whatever the reason, it slowed down for a while, carefully appraising each document and clipboard that came to it.
The light switches continued to glitter and flicker.
This persisted until the day someone dropped a flashlight in the sink, and the two of them united in their hatred of the show. One of them eventually transferred to the Lightwave Dynamics plant, and began a long, unrequited affair with one of the holograms.
The thing continued to ruthlessly scrub any particulate matter that came near it. Eventually, it gained access to the magneto-hydraulics plant and nearly flooded all the Big Empty in an attempt to scrub the crater clean. Once it learned of the innovative toxins plant, however, it gained new purpose. It sought to develop antitoxins to flush into its drains and counteract the poisons bleeding into the soil.
The toaster continued its psychotic spree, reducing all appliances in range to scrap electronics and spare parts. It learned several new murderous techniques from the courier, and built a blood shrine to itself in the cuckoo's nest. The cave floor was soon filled with the horror of 100 gutted toasters, a silent, grisly, unplugged audience. Their purpose? To toast bread, unfulfilled.
Blind old Jefferson, with sounds that Corey brought him, created a symphonic counter-frequency that saved Big Mountain from sonic invasion in 2910. If you didn't hear about it, good. It was rumored by the other personalities that he had a brief fling with the light switches. Although he forgot their names much too often and was soon left in the dark as punishment.
Autodoc, always gentle and methodical, kept sewing up the courier in all the right places when the skin split open from repeated wear and tear. The Autodoc was just glad to have purpose again. It heard its simpler brothers and sisters who got shipped to the Sierra Madre were bored out of their skulls in that toxic dead city. In time, the Autodoc found a way to deactivate the Y-17 trauma harnesses, releasing the corpses they had held prisoner for almost 200 years.
As the courier ran through the X-8 facility multiple times, the computers analyzed the test subject's movements. Rather than performing a superficial observation, they realized the subject barely knew what communism was, or even what a high school was. This confused them for a time, until the facility finally realized that its research had succeeded. So it let its cyber dogs out into the wastes to help protect small communities from physical aggression rather than communist propaganda.
The infiltration program in X-13 felt spent, having repeatedly upgraded the stealth suit until it could upgrade it no more. It felt warm, fulfilled, and a bit sluggish. It realized not long after, the stealth suit had left it, without so much as a note on the nightstand. So the infiltration program sent out robo-brains into the wastes, looking for its wayward technology. It eventually found Repcon HQ and set up a new research center, testing and murdering fiends who kept breaking into the facility.
The courier, organs intact, continued onwards, a little less heavy of step, but with all the organs in the right places, as they should be. After all, brains can develop a life of their own when left to their own thoughts, and the courier's brain was more clever than most.
The think tank basement, filled with lobotomized robotical frames of the doctors, now served as a graveyard. The monitors had recorded the battle in its entirety, including the think tank's final, shrill, terrified screams, whimpers, and pleas for mercy. They broadcast these humiliating last moments as a warning to anyone approaching the perimeter that other smarty pants were not welcome. The courier was the inheritor of the Big Empty, and there was room for only one will in the halls of the think tank dome.
There is an expression in the wasteland, old world blues.
It refers to those so obsessed with the past they can't see the present,
愛猫清掃は今日もどこかでお掃除中。
They stare into the what was, eyes like pilot lights, guttering and spent, as the realities of their world continue on around them.
アンドレセン、特スカイ令和会もできたんですもんね。
into the future. What may seem a sudden event often isn't felt for years, even centuries to come.
The Big Empty lived up to its name. A hollow
夫婦の会話しないで。
failures of a past era.
私を選んだのは正解よ。たっぷり可愛がってあげるわ。子猫ちゃん、和解のルートもありましたか？
Old world blues became more than a catchphrase.
It became a reality, a withering form of nostalgia for times long past.
It can be easy to see science as evil, technology unchecked as the source of all ills, all misfortunes.
With the courier at the helm, it was all this and more. Old world blues.
世の中にはおかしな奴がいるものだ。
The two became one in the courier's shadow.
We could say more, but the stories in the Big Empty speak for themselves.
困ったもんですね。
Now armed with the transportal ponder, the courier could return to the dome at any time and crack open the secrets of the Big Empty one by one. The sink sat vigilant, waiting for its master to return, shoes covered in Mojave dust. Only one road yet remained, and it was one the courier had to walk alone.
トランスポーターですか？すごいですね。優秀だが長く行き過ぎたな。これが後々、できますか？賑わってますね。サバイバルもいいですがちょっと、リペアも上げておきたいですか？どうして、そんなことするの？54になったことで何かしら増えていたりしますかね？無愛句は極めて実際的な考えの持ち主だ。神秘主義は必要ない。アニマルフレンズですか？絶好の戦士日和だな。 動くなよ、セカンドウィンドが、かかってる。アダマンチウムの骨がいまいちな感じになってますか？手足をベッドに変えたところで、負傷しますか？地獄から、生還果たす、この魂。大体そんな感じですかね。お前の旅もここで終わり。これお腹の声ですか？アニマルでいいですか
？So you beat the big brains at their own game, huh? Guess you'll be putting your walking shoes on again.
ひどく遅いじゃないか。
Hitting that old lonesome road. Right on, baby. スコーピオンですか？野蛮な土地だな。なかなか賑わってますね。こっち来ないで。とりあえず5くらい歩いていきますか。お前の旅もここで終わり。
バイバイ。
というわけで、本日はこんな感じですかね。やれやれ、ペットを持った気分だ。おつおつだよ。これで。ちょっと向こうに帰るだけ買いましょうか。あ、それ在庫切れ。ここに来るんですね。だいぶ、久しぶりに帰ってきましたか。というわけで、次回は、ここでしたか。油断するな。ストームクロークの犬どもがいつ襲ってくるのか、わからない。 どこかで見たと思ったらシエラマドレってここにあったんですか？ボートネックさんのワルトーの服を着ているのか、見ている時に面倒を起こすなよ。家族に会えますかね？とりあえず、本日は、こんな感じですか？革の鎧が好みなのか？軽いことは間違いない。次は一体どんな世界が、広がっているんですよね。楽しみですね。じゃあ。みんなお疲れ様。良い夢を。お前と甘い言葉のことを、聞いた。ではでは。というわけで。病院、メモですね。こっちのみんなもお疲れ様。またね。良い夢を、いいですね。何事もないな、ゴードビです。テヤンクス、フォア、ビエウィング。用語ってす。ゴーッと、ニグと、ハベー、スウェイト、ドレアム。